Hello friends, my name is Sagar and I am from Code Generator channel. In last video we have learned about writing a program for Fibonacci series up to n number of terms. In this video we are going to learn how to write a program for Fibonacci series up to a number n. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So I'm creating a new file. So the most important part of any program is the function, and the functions can be used only by appending the header files which are having these functions prototype. So we are appending two most important or common header files that are what is the topic of our program is that write a program to print Fibonacci series up to number n. So as we have discussed earlier in our earlier video that the compilation of program starts from the function main. So we are starting a program. At first what we are going to do is the initialization or declaration of the variables that we are going to use in a program. So the data type of these variables will going to be so now after the declaration of these values we are going to initialize these variables with some values. So A is going to be our first term, so we are going to initialize it by 0. B is going to be our second term, so we are going to initialize it by 1. N is going to be the number what we are getting from the user, so we are initializing it by 0. Later on we will change its value as per the user's entered value. And the next term will be initialized by 0 or 1. We are initializing it by 1 because the working or algorithm we are adopting for this program has its value to be 1. Okay, and the variable I has been left by us just because we are going to initialize it afterwards while we are using our loops. So next step we are declaring our function clear screen that will clear all the previous output on our output screens. So now we are going to take some values from the user. So we are taking the values by user by the help of percentage %d. The percentage %d specifies that the variable we are taking or the value we are taking from the user is of integer type, and the and sign represents the address of the variable in which that value is going to be stored. Now we are writing a hash n, because hash n will start the everything that has been written are going to be printed on our output screen from a new line, so it will act as an enter. Now we are going to print our first value, that is going to be a. So just write the percentage d, comma, and the variable that has the value for to be printed, so that value is a. Now we are starting our program for loops. So we haven't declared I earlier, but just because we are going to declare it now. So I is going to be 0. In the condition that we are applying, that is according to our the topic of our program. So what is the topic of our program? That print the Fibonacci series up to a number n. So the term that is going to be printed last should be smaller or equal to the number n. So we are typing, and now the increment part, that is pre-increment. Now the functioning of our loop. Now we are going to print the value next term. And now the next term will be having the value which is going to be equal to the sum of the first term and the second term. So the first term is going to be a and the second term is going to be b. Now we are swapping the values of a and b and next term. So the value of a will become the value of b, and the value of v will become the value of next term. Now we are closing the loop and writing the function getCh, that will hold on the output screen and will also help us to get the character while we are running the program. So that is going to be our overall program. So let's just go and compile it. So there is an error. So let's see, undefined symbol nxt in the line number 15. So we have seen that there is an error. So if we find any error, that will be popped up while we are compiling, and it will show us like this part. So you can see that error no name.cpp15 undefined symbol nxt. So since we haven't declared the function nxt here, we have declared the function next term. So we are going to do some modification. The line number 15, just press enter, that will throw you to that point. So you can find that we are on the line 15. So now we are just correcting it. So now again we are going to compile it. There are no errors. Press any key. We are going to run our program. So let's enter the value 101. Now you can see every value that has been entered is less than the value we have given to the compiler, that is 101. So the last value 89 is less than the 101, and you can see that if we sum 55 or 89, that is the term after 89, is going to be more than the 101. So our program stopped itself after printing the value 89. So that was our output. We can also run it a number of times. Just I need to correct a small thing, that is I have data comma. Now you can see again we are going to run a program. We can enter any number. Let 150. You can see that there was an error just because I have pressed space. You can press space because it will throw an error. Okay, the program after the space doesn't do 0 and term it as 15, and it has shown the values which are less than 15. Again we are going to run a program. Now this time I haven't pressed space between them, so now pressing enter, you can see the last value is 144. So why we didn't get the value after pressing space? The reason behind this, after pressing the space, the compiler term is as null, and the null character ends up the entering or inputting of our variable. Okay, so take that in mind, that don't press space while writing. Okay, so that was our program for the Fibonacci series. You can save it just by pressing F2 or going through the file option. Now I'm changing the extension from .cpp to .c, and I'm changing the file name to fibo2. That specifies for me. You can save it by different name, fibo.2.c. that will give our file the name for the type 2. Okay, press OK. You can see the change in name. That was our program on Fibonacci series up to a number n. So thank you friends, I hope you have enjoyed our program, or if you have any query or suggestion or anything, you can tell us through the comment section. Thank you my friend.